Patriots Pregame Show is presented by Dunkin'. You just got a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, hash browns, and a coffee for $6. Order now only at Dunkin'. Participation in times may vary. Prices vary in California and Hawaii. This is a limited time offer. This is the Patriots Pregame Show fueled by Dunkin'.
Travion gets outside. Goodbye to the house. Touchdown, Patriots. There's your ball game.
The Patriots Pregame Show is your source for all the latest news and information before every game.
Dives to the end zone for touchdown, Patriots.
Oh, man, out of a shot out of a cannon.
Patriots Nation, welcome to the Patriots Pregame Show fueled by Dunkin'.
It's Thursday night. It's cold. It's raining, but that does not matter because the Patriots are taking on the Jets tonight at Gillette Stadium. I'm, of course, here joined by Mike Dussault. I'm Kwani Lunis. Paul Perillo will be here in just a second, so don't be concerned. But how are you? He's doing his radio hit. But how are you feeling?
I feel a little bit like it was a very short week, but excited
so.
to get out here tonight. The energy's been pretty good. I thought the weather is matching, of course, the rivalry, which have the storm blue on here.
Look good.
So excited to see those uniforms out there. It's been a long time coming. And, yeah, it feels like the weather matches what you kind of came up with. It's not quite a nor'easter.
It's like they manifested it through the uniforms.
Yeah, right. It's not quite like the Bills when the Patriots played the Bills.
Exactly.
And you're like, oh, it's a whiteout, but it's early October. Not quite yet. But, but no, excited to just check another game off the box. This is, Patriots have been going here for 10 straight weeks. And now it's a chance for them to get a little bit of a break. I think they have to really kind of suck it up tonight. You heard guys in the locker room this week. We know by now how difficult it is for NFL players to turn around on this short week. They all have to do it, though. You have experience doing it now. So the hope, Patriots are going to come out with good energy right from the start and maybe set a great tone.
Absolutely. And I think people will look at the Jets record 2-7 at this point in the season and say, all right, this should be an easy one. But we know any given night, especially on a Thursday night against the AFC East rival, anything is possible.
And look, the Jets have won 2 in a row. They've also just had a bye week the week before. They beat the Browns last week, so they're a little bit more rested perhaps for this short week. So it's a big challenge for the Patriots. These divisional games always close, seems like. I mean, there have been, like the butt fumble game. Some of those get out of hand a little bit, but generally speaking, even when the Patriots were the height of their powers, Jets, Patriots, it's always a war. So I expect nothing less tonight, and you just hope that it's not sloppy. And
yes, agreed.
That's the big part of it.
I hope it's a close game, like up until maybe the beginning of the third quarter, and then just blow them away because we don't need any.
No, and that's look, in this Jets team, you look at how they won last week with two special team scores. They have a very good special team, so you can't lose this game in the margins if you're the Patriots. You need to come out, and it might be tough to run a little bit. Love to see Drake May throw the ball around, take advantage of this secondary that is even more shorthanded than when they traded Sauce Gardner a couple weeks ago.
Exactly, which blew everyone in the NFL by surprise. But that being said, we know that there's a lot that they're going to need to do either way to win this game. So let's get into the keys of the game.
You've waited all week for it.
The whole team's in the locker room right now just listening to this, waiting to hear what you're going to say.
Here are this week's keys to the game.
All right, so if Paul doesn't make it in time, you have the honors.
We'll save his for the end.
Exactly, but until then, I'll let you go first.
No, I hinted at what mine are, and that's start fast. Come out. This Jets team, they want to run the ball, and they've got a very diverse run game that will throw a lot at you. You feel good about the Patriots' run defense, but you want to take that Jets run game out of this game. How do you do that? You go out, you get a lead, you force them to have to throw the ball to get back into the game. So especially as the game wears on, you feel like the bumps and bruises and the aches and pains are going to start to pile up a little bit more on the short week, especially with weather's not ideal. So Patriots love to see them come out and start fast. And we talked all season long, Kwani, about that defense. And last week I felt like, it'll be fine. And tonight I'd love to see them be able. You don't want to see the Jets come out and throw the ball and go down the field and score a quick touchdown like this Patriots defense has, consistently allowed this year. Let's be honest. There haven't been a lot of, flaws to point out with them, but that is certainly one of them. So fast start for me tonight. Both sides of the ball. Get a stop. Get out there. Maybe put points on the board. Start to eke away and force the Jets into their passing game. Don't let them get a lead, and then now they can run the ball, and everything's on the table for their offense. So come out, big start tonight. That's my key.
And to your point with the passing game, Justin Fields proving that he's not necessarily that guy for them. And mine is very similar. It's ground stop, putting aside the true problems in the real world with airplanes, but it was really just focusing on the fact that we talk about the Patriots run game. Yes, we saw some leaks last week against the Buccaneers, but they have a really good run defense. And if Breece Hall is going to be is really their only weapon in this one offensively, make sure he doesn't get any X plays, especially knowing that he's known for that. He's very elusive. You don't exactly know how to contain him sometimes, but you have to, because if he's going to go off, it's going to be in a game like this where their franchise is trying to turn a new leaf. They have 2 in a row. They're energized, but this is not the one to let them win.
Yeah, no, it's great. I mean, I don't know what percentage of his offense he had last week. I'm going to say it's like 60, 70%.
Yeah.
You know, big touchdown catch and run for him. So he's a versatile guy. I mean, a couple weeks ago, we were at the trade deadline. A lot of people were saying, oh, the Patriots should try to go get Breece Hall. And you can see why. He's a really good player. Unfortunately, he's had some injuries, and he's also just, been on this Jets team.
I mean, he's carrying the team on his back.
Right. But you can't allow him to get going tonight. And like you said, the Patriots' run defense has been really good. Said it this week. It's, even when they miss tackles, they are so aggressive. They play with, what Mike Vrabel said all year, effort and finish. You see that jump off the field on the defensive side of the ball. Even when they miss a tackle, there's 3 more guys coming in to secure the tackle. So they've got to play like that tonight. This is going to be, like I said, a diverse run game with a lot of different things that they're going to throw at the Patriots defense. So a new interesting challenge there, but I agree with you generally. I mean, it's just, keep an eye on Breece Hall.
Scared.
Don't let him get going, and, throw it back to a couple of years ago when Justin Fields was here with the Bears. And, man, I mean, that was, I want to say, I don't know, like one of the best games of his career. He was running all over the place. The Patriots had no answers for him. So you can't let that happen either tonight. Those guys can scoot. So Patriots run defense, a lot on them today. Set the tone early. Force them into 3rd and longs. Favorable situations for New England.
100% agree.
So I guess I get to bang out Paul. Sorry, Paul.
I wish he was here.
What did Paul come up with? Pay special attention.
That's a PSA.
Yeah, no, and this is a good one. And again, it feeds into what I just said. They had 2 special team scores last week. If you look at DVOA advanced stat, they have the #1 special teams in the league. And this year, you're seeing the kickoff return that they had. This is an easy way for the Patriots to allow the game to get out of their control, to allow special team scores, winning in the margins, these little things, the mistakes. That's what the Jets need to rely on tonight to get wins, to get a win. They need to have great special teams play. They need to maybe turn the ball over a couple times, and they need to be in control so that they can really lean into that run game. So you're seeing here, I mean, it's also Will McDonald also earlier this year had a 50-yard blocked field goal return. So they've had 3 touchdowns this year on special teams, and that's an area that I'm sure Jeremy Springer this week was stressing to them on the short week. We've got to be really good kickoffs, punt returns, those kind of things. And also, too, like on the Patriots' own side of the ball, Marcus Jones put one on the ball. Look, he's been awesome. Defensive Player of the Month last month. But would love to see maybe a boost there. We all remember a couple years ago, Marcus Jones, of course, had a walk-off punt return touchdown against these very Jets on his rookie season. So something like that, if the Patriots could not only contain the Jets' special teams, but maybe deliver some plays of their own, be huge key tonight.
Yeah, and I mentioned when the talk about this being a trap game, and I'm not trying to be funny when I say this, but I really think the Patriots should look at this as a live scrimmage in the sense of getting reps in where your special teams can kind of capitalize on maybe things they need to work on. Your defense, find things that they can work on as well. Drake may continue
Kwani,
to
from
improve
your
his game.
words to the football gods' ears, because I would love nothing more than to not be stressed out at 11 o'clock tonight as the game's coming down to the end and trying to figure out. But along those lines, you probably mentioned some of the inactives too.
Let's talk about them.
Kayshon Boutte, Ramondre Stevenson, those guys were out. Christian Ellis also was out last week. So I'm interested to see Jack Gibbons. He was also played a lot last week. You had him on the good list. He played pretty well. He was on the injury report this week with a hamstring as well. So, are those guys able to go? We talk about the run defense needing to be stout, needing to be on their game tonight against Breece Hall. We'll see if Jack Gibbons is limited in any way. Might, highlight Giovanni Tavai to get some more time, or even Marte Mapu. Last one I'll just mention is Austin Hooper, who sustained a concussion last week. He missed practice as well. Something I don't think we quite clocked coming out of that game. No promotion from the practice squad for any of the tight ends down there. So you're really left with Hunter Henry, and I guess we could call Jack Westover a tight end. He's been kind of more of an H-back, but Patriots have leaned into the 2 tight ends this year, and that's been, a big factor for them. So a little bit of a challenge for them to get away from that as we welcome Paulie in. Hello,
And he
Paul.
did a great job at sharing your key today.
I think I did.
I'm here. So what do I need to clean up and fix that they messed up in the first 10 minutes?
Call in and let him know what we could have done better.
did I say?
Yeah, no, I'm sure Mike did a good job. I'm trying. I just talked on the sports hub doing the same thing. I'm trying to figure out something we may have overlooked. How could this game? Why do all these Thursday night division games, they all tend to be close?
Of course.
And none of us really sees this game as being overly close. So what are we missing? And I'm trying to find something. The best I could come up with is the Jets have been really good on special teams and in the return game.
Yeah.
So
It's like you were listening.
You got to be focused in the kicking game tonight and make sure you don't give away any free points.
Yeah.
Well
That's
said.
generally true. I mean, and that's, feeds into me too. We said it all week in the margins, the little things this week. Good kickoffs, good field position. That's where I think, slowly have to strangle this Jets team out. I would be surprised to see Patriots come out and just touchdown, put points right on the board. I think it'll be more of a little bit of a grind. These games usually are a grind, whether it's a Thursday night football game or a divisional game generally. So, but if you don't beat yourself, you're consistent, you build a lead, I think you'll be okay.
And like you mentioned, I think the other unpredictable factor is the mental stamina. Are you able to turn around after a win on the road last week and just give it your all against, again, still a bad team, but one that is clearly going to play up to this rivalry because they're hungry for it.
Yeah, and I'm curious where the Jets' mindset is. They have won 2 games in a row. They've had their bye. They offloaded a couple big players.
Mm-hmm.
There's no question that they're about to enter another rebuild of some sorts. Whatever. I guess it's always been one continuous rebuild,
Still
Paul,
building.
since maybe the
Year
late
16.
60s. But what is their mental state like tonight? And that feeds more into mine of start fast. Don't give these guys hope.
Yeah.
Don't make them think, hey, we're going to get a 3-game win streak.
And
going.
you're right, Mike, because they won the last 2. Mentally, they're probably looking at, hey, all right, let's continue to show some pride and let's try to make it 3 in a row. And I saw a stat today. It was kind of crazy. They're trying to become just the second team since 2011 to win 3 in a row after starting 0-7. It's rare. It's rare ground that they're trying to walk on right now. I'm trying to find ways, to figure out how the Jets might be dangerous, but it's a team that wants to run. They're very effective in the run game with Breece Hall. I think they're in the top 5 rushing. Part of that is Justin Fields with his legs, but Breece Hall is a really good running back too. And the Patriots just have been so stout against the run that you wonder if the Patriots do what they've done the first 10 weeks of the season defensively. This is a team that threw for, what was it, 44 yards last week, 54 yards last week. Now, they only threw the ball 11 times, but you wonder where the Jets are going to go for offense if Breece Hall can't carry them.
And Breece Hall versus the Patriots defense seems like the main matchup in this one, which, to your point, I was actually going to ask you both, when you look at this Jets defense, is this a game where their man coverage is coming into play because of the fact that they just clearly don't know how to do anything at this point?
Well, they're an aggressive man defense team, and talking to Evan Lazar this week, saying that might have been part of the reason why they were willing to move on from Sauce Gardner. But overall, I think to me, it's hard to know what to think of the Patriots' run game tonight. Terrell Jennings, left last game. He questioned if he was even going to play tonight. Again, asking a lot of Travion Henderson. Will they stick to the run if it's not working, or do you take to the air a little bit, even if it's a little rainy? It doesn't seem like it's too bad, but target these guys that in the secondary of the Jets. No more Sauce. Azare Thomas is out as well, who was his fill-in. So you're down at least to the third cornerback on one side over there.
Brownlee.
Good challenge.
Because they also got rid of Michael Carter.
Oh, there you go.
Yep.
Yeah, that's kind of what we're talking about. It's a personnel issue on that side, Kwani. The Jets don't have enough, and we're making jokes about it, and we'll talk a little later to is it Brian Costello we got this week, and get a little bit of that side of it. But the Patriots would have to at the very least, be co-conspirators in their demise tonight to lose this game. I think if they come out and play a reasonably sound game, I can't imagine the Jets having enough to do it. Against Cleveland, you could go out and the Jets could sort of match up personnel-wise and have a fair fight. And if they make a couple of plays, they can win. That's not going to be good enough. If the Jets come out and try to match up personnel-wise, I think they're on the short end of it in more spots than not.
I want to see them avoid not sloppy start, come out, feel like they're a little bit disjointed. That would be, bad sign right out of the gate. And again, just goes back to my key of start fast on both sides of the ball.
I think that's very smart, Mike. You take away their will right off the go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I like
and,
your
and
key.
try to take the running game out of it. So it's just I know how much of a challenge it is this week being in the locker room, and you could see those guys when we went in there on Monday, and they didn't know what day it was. I mean, Milt Williams I haven't even looked at the Jets yet. So it's it's definitely a challenge, but I think at this point these guys have been doing it long enough that the veterans know how to kind of handle it, and hopefully that they're able to get the preparation they need in the condensed practice week and still go out and play strong right from the get-go.
Yeah, and Drake May's new to this. You mentioned them not knowing what day it is. Drake May reportedly on the plane back from Tampa Bay already prepping for this one because he has, he's
right
also
into it.
very hungry for this one. All right, well, like you said, we're going to get into behind enemy lines shortly. But before we do that, we have some calls, so why not head to Connecticut where Nate is. Hello, Nate.
Hey, guys. Can you guys hear me well?
Yeah, hey,
we
Nate.
hear you.
I think this is going to be another big game for Kyle Williams, in my opinion, whether that's getting started early in the game or whether that's, when we're I think this is going to be a blowout win. So I think whether that's, late into the game when we're up by maybe 20, 30 points, we get them some good reps. But I think it's going to be a good game for Kyle Williams again. And on a side note, I have Travion Henderson starting in fantasy. He did pretty good last week, so I'm just hoping he does good again. Go Pats.
Fingers crossed for you.
Good
Go
luck.
Pats.
Good luck to your fantasy team, Nate.
Seriously.
We're pulling for it, of course. I just like to see a little more volume from Kyle Williams. That's to me, it's a good game. The guy flew up the sidelines.
Mm-hmm.
He showed the speed that we've been waiting for, but how about a little more volume? How about a little bit more underneath stuff and see, what he can do, taking some contact. And, I just love to see him continue to progress. I think it'd be a great bonus.
I'd like to see Nate's prediction come true because he made a good play last week.
Yeah.
I'd like to see him have a good game this week.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And, even with Hooper out, it's, trickle-down effect. No Booty, no Hooper. Some of the pass catchers are out, so maybe it does, open up some more opportunities in the passing game a little bit.
And with a guy like that, because of where he is in his career and trying to develop and carve a niche, I would rather see him catch 5 passes for 50 yards tonight than, 1 for 72 and a touchdown. Now, normally I'll take the big play. Kayshon Boutte has been excellent at that this year. 2 or 3 catches, but a touchdown or, a big play. And that's great, but he's already established. I'd like to see Kyle Williams get himself established, earn some trust from Drake May, be a bigger part of the offense as opposed to being on the receiving end of one play that he, obviously turned on the Jets and went flying up the sideline. But, 4 or 5 catches, maybe, 6 or 7 targets, show everybody that Drake May has the Kyle Williams in the trust tree and trust circle.
I'd like to be in the trust tree.
Yeah.
Well, it's to your point too, Paul. You've pointed out, a couple of times where it just hasn't looked quite right with the connection between him and May, and maybe a little bit more
Can
volume.
make an argument that didn't look quite right on that play.
Right. Well,
where Drake is sort of looking over the middle to Mac Hollins and then makes an unbelievable throw, with his body going the other way to the outside. Again, Williams makes the play after the catch. It's 60 or so yards after the catch. Shows his unbelievable speed that we saw all summer.
the volume of it though might indicate that
2 targets, 1 catch.
Right, knowing where to sit down in zone. It just the growing chemistry with Drake May. Right. That would be the storyline you'd like to take
Nate's scenario would be really, really fun to watch tonight and really encouraging because then you get Booty back and now you have all these guys that you can rely on.
Yeah, and I think you made a good point, Paul, is that, Booty has that downfield ability, and what I see kind of missing to round this offense out is just kind of a game breaker that can take something underneath and take it long. You've seen Pop Douglas develop into a little bit more of a downfield receiver. He's kind of carving out his role within this offense. But, I said this week, I saw Kendrick Bourne, doing some things over the last few weeks, and it's like, he can still run pretty well.
He does, and
then
then
you see Kyle do it.
Great.
So, that kind of stuff I think is something that this offense could really benefit from. You've got Mac Hollins as a big guy, 100 yards last week, 100 yards a couple weeks ago as well. I feel like the spectrum is pretty much covered in terms of the kind of receivers you want, but that's one element that if Kyle Williams can become a catch and run kind of player, I think they'll be really cooking with gas on offense.
And this is a perfect segue because Kyle Williams, the prediction from Francisco last week, I believe we have video of something very special from Kyle Williams. In a second. We'll get to it in just a second. I didn't there we go.
Shout out Francisco for the prediction of me with my 50-yarder, 50-plus yarder. Appreciate everything, man. Keep coming with them predictions, and we got something coming your way.
I love it.
There you go. Well, do you want to hear what Francisco's predictions were this
Yes,
week?
I would love to.
So what do we got, Paul? We have an Efton Chisholm touchdown.
Efton Chisholm touchdown.
Anytime touchdown. And Carlton Davis and Christian Gonzalez.
Both
coming up with their first interceptions of the year. That was from Francisco, the prognosticator.
Okay.
I said he was doing some work this week. It just comes to him.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Does he also want to say that I randomly run into $1 million when I leave Gillette Stadium tonight?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm asking for him to predict that.
I would like
just
that.
find a bag. We'll split it. We'll split the three of us. We just won't be here next week.
Yeah, given what's going on in the stadium tonight, I don't think there's $1 million
I don't
lying
think so
around.
either.
Maybe you run into some rivalry swag.
Look at the rivalry.
Look at
right
this.
now.
Drake May leading off the team.
Never seen
Oh
a
my
Patriots
gosh.
team look like this before. So
I'm getting chills.
yeah, there you go. The nice
I
white
like
helmets.
I like the shirts.
Yeah.
too. Like, I want to say, I always say you need to see them on the field together
Yeah,
with
with
the
the lights
pads
and
and
the crowd,
everything.
yeah.
And
Well,
the
what
pads.
your thoughts? I mean, I
Well, this is-
humbly turn it over to you.
Yes, our expert.
Because you are
very
the
solid.
expert on nonsense.
No, very solid.
And such.
Very solid. And I'd like to shout out the numbers because Paul, we
like the font?
we like the '90s Patriots and a little bit of a look there that's reminiscent of those old Bledsoe jerseys back
I did
in,
not like
in the
those
mid
jerseys.
'90s. You didn't like the
didn't?
jerseys,
But,
no?
but I do like,
Like this one better?
I do like these jerseys.
But a little bit of a shout out, and you look at the other rivalry uniforms and the other 7 teams that did it this year, and most of them are blackouts or whiteouts. So I give the
See,
Patriots.
I really liked
credit.
Buffalo's.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, those
but
are
I like
nice.
I like these more. This is probably I haven't seen the other ones. You guys.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah,
Miami.
comes out Kwani. And
Yeah.
Mike and
He's
me was
on
like, I gotta update the
know.
data.
We
from
need
football
someone
fashion.
to be on it.
Hey, I'm a
Yeah,
football
I
fashion
need
guy.
to see a game.
Exactly.
So I saw Buffalo's and I saw the Patriots. I
Yeah.
don't think I've seen anybody else's.
Well,
So you're telling me you don't know the material of this uniform?
No, it's good material there as we see
Oh,
Marcus
sweet,
Jones
Marcus
getting a good luck kiss.
Yeah.
But no, the Cardinals did kind of a sand texture color, and otherwise it was a lot of blackouts and whiteouts, which sometimes they look good. But I would look at the Bills and I'm like, I don't know what team that is. That's they're all
That's the hard
they're all
part. I
whiteouts.
don't know.
That is?
No, but it's different, and you're like, who could this be?
Yeah.
I really like this uniform.
Me
I
too.
do. I like the numbers. I like.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that meshy
Yeah.
kind of thing, and then I like the raised any on the
Yeah,
shoulder.
yeah, nice job.
Make a great point. You can't tell what team it is. There is a good ASMR video on the Patriots Instagram account where they're putting the stickers and
Oh yeah,
decals on the helmet.
yeah. Fans eat that stuff.
I
up,
know.
man.
I
It's-
was sucked in. I didn't even
you
know I was
put in
into
a
that
picture of
stuff.
somebody putting stickers on a helmet. It's like going viral.
Seriously.
And I mean, I appreciate it.
This
I love
generation.
equipment, but
What do you call it? The ASMR?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
You don't get it either.
No.
All right.
But I do like the uniforms.
Yeah, we're big fans here. All right, that being said, we have to go behind enemy lines because, of course, we have our perspective, but we need someone that's in New York on the ground on the regular. So it's time now for Behind Enemy Lines. It's brought to you by Pepsi. Game day is here, so stock up now. Grab a refreshing Pepsi Zero Sugar 12-pack now because tailgating deserves better. And that being said, our guest today, Brian Costello from the New York Post. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, Brian, thanks for
You
coming.
don't
on.
seem like an enemy to us.
Brian's a regular on the show.
How many times is this? Is this
At least a couple.
Yeah, it's been a few.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well
Not
every
near
year?
this.
Every year we're playing the Jets.
Yeah.
Exactly.
A lot of trips to
Twice.
Gillette. Yeah.
So Brian, what's going on with the Jets here? It seems like they've won 2 in a row. Are they streaking right now?
Yeah, I guess that's a streak for the
kinda
Jets.
loaded.
Yeah. 2 in a row. I mean, have the Patriots played the Bengals yet?
Not yet.
Not yet.
No, that's next
week.
game.
Yeah.
Next week.
All right. They have the worst defense I've ever seen in my life, I think.
As you saw last week.
Yeah, if you watch it. So the Jets had 500 yards against the Bengals, and it was incredible. So they won that game, and then they beat the Browns
With 5 yards.
with 54 yards passing, and then 42 of those came on a screen pass, and they had 2 returns for touchdowns, kickoff, punt return. So yeah, great, they won 2 in a row, but it's been not really a sustainable way of winning football games so far.
And head coach Aaron Glenn's been doing this thing with the media where he doesn't tell you who the quarterback is.
Yeah.
From your perspective, has that been helping the team internally lock in? Or, I mean, we're looking at the record.
Yeah.
Since he,
I don't think it really has any effect
okay.
at all. I mean, if he wants to do it, it's fine. He thinks he's getting something out of it. I mean, I do think there was some validity to it when they played the Bengals because he had benched Justin Fields at halftime against the Panthers. They played the Bengals the next week. What we didn't know at the time was Tyrod Taylor was dealing with a knee injury. So he kind of played coy, and then Tyrod Taylor was declared out. I think if Tyrod Taylor had been healthy that week, he probably would have been the quarterback. So I think he was playing a game that week, and then since he did it that week, he's just continued to do it because he's, doesn't want to admit it was that game. So it's been fine.
So despite Justin Fields' performance right now, it's safe to assume that he will be playing.
I think so,
Yeah.
but I think, look, I think he's on a very short leash. If he struggles in the first half, I think you'll probably see Tyrod Taylor in the second half. I think just because it's a short week, it'd be tough to switch quarterbacks.
Fair.
Like they had no real practices this week. But that being said, I mean, Fields was bad. He completed 2 passes past the line of scrimmage last week. So it's been tough.
So Mike and I remember, a few years back, Justin Fields came in here with Chicago on a Monday night.
Yeah.
And they unveiled sort of a different offense, which featured him as a runner. He threw the ball effectively in short doses.
Yeah.
Is there any chance that we see something like that out of him tonight?
Yeah, I mean, well, the joke among the Jets fans right now is they need to run the Navy offense. It's basically
Well, I mean, they threw it 11 times last week. It's
They
an
did.
NFL game that they won.
What's been the most surprising thing about the Fields to me is they haven't used his legs enough. Like, right, when we all kind of looked at it, what's the Jets' record for rushing yards by a quarterback? And it goes in the 60s. Al Doro had 460 yards. We're like, he's going to have that in 3 games. And the first game against the Steelers, he ran the ball really effectively. And since then, it's been like, he's broken a long one against Miami. They haven't really run the ball effectively. So if they could tap into that somehow, maybe. But I mean, the Patriots' run defense has been so good. And the problem right now is with no passing game,
there's no threat.
we don't have to be a defensive coordinator here to figure out.
Well, that's why I was wondering maybe if you do it unconventionally. If they line up and just try to run Breece Hall based on what the Patriots have done for 10 weeks, I don't think it's going to be pretty.
I joke it's a triple option. I come out and try to do something to catch them off guard, because it's it's obviously teams are going to stack the box and take Breece away, and he's been good even when they've been doing that. But with no threat of a passing game, it's hard to do anything.
What were just the vibes around the team after they moved on from Sauce and Williams? Were you surprised that they? I mean, I know how they won the game, but were you surprised that they seemed to kind of rally a little bit?
No, because I think they had time. So it was interesting. The Jets had a bye that week of the trade deadline, and so they kind of all came back, and the trades happened, and I think they were shocked at first, but it was Tuesday, and then they got to work, and it's it's kind of like okay, they moved on, and the Browns' offense is not particularly strong, so it wasn't a great.
We've seen that one.
We saw that one.
Yeah, it was not a great challenge for them. So I think that helped for sure. But yeah, I think they were stunned at first, but they kind of got back to work after that.
So just looking down at the depth chart, and I know it's got to be frustrating to be covering, what seems like year 16 of a rebuild. But I'm just like counting them up. You have 5 or 6 rookies in the starting lineup. How have those guys been doing? Is there some hope at least with some of these young guys? Have they shown any promise?
Yeah, I mean, Membu, the tackle, the right tackle has been very good. He's been very, and like they played Myles Garrett last week. Now they only attempted 11 passes, but they called more passes than that. There were some scrambles by Justin Fields. He had 1 sack. Membu handled himself well. Olu Fashanu, who's a second-year player, did pretty well. Mason Taylor is an interesting guy at tight end. He's flashed, but the passing game has been so bad, it's hard to really evaluate him. And it's like, because the quarterback, the play's been terrible. A.Z. Thomas is now the cornerback with Sauce gone, but he has a concussion, so he won't play tonight. So there's some promise there. There are some guys that I think, this isn't, I don't think this is a complete tear down, rebuild type of thing like they did in 2021 when Saleh came in. That team had very little talent. There's some talent here. But they haven't solved the one position that they need to solve in about 50 years.
So let me just, big picture, what do you envision to try to address that?
Yeah, I mean, look, those trades were all about that. Okay, so you're looking at the Jets right now, and they have 2 first-round picks in 26, 2 second-round picks in 26, 3 first-round picks in 27. Okay, so you're basically in position to do whatever you want at quarterback, in my eyes. If they finish 5th in the draft order and the Titans finish 1st, they have the ammo to go, okay, Titans don't need a quarterback. Let's move up. If there's somebody comes up on the market, a veteran like that we don't see coming, they have the draft picks to trade to that team to get the veteran quarterback. People say the 2027 draft is better than the 2026 draft. I don't know if that's true or not, but they have 3 picks there, so they have maneuverability there. So they're within the next 2 years, they should be able to get their quarterback. But look, this is a team that's drafted quarterbacks in the top 3 twice in the last 10 years.
Is there a lot of regret over Darnold?
Not really, because look, they did not have the structure around Darnold to succeed. They didn't have the players then. They didn't have the coaching. And if you look at it, Sam, since he left the Jets, has gone to the Panthers, the 49ers, then the Vikings. He had success with the Vikings and now the Seahawks. So it took a long time. I don't think anyone's saying, man, the Jets should have given him 5 more years to develop, right? Like, that's just not realistic. So regret's not the right word. Frustration, I think there's frustration of why couldn't, they drafted the right guy. But I also think there's lessons in that for the Jets going forward is you better have some players around this guy, right? So Breece Hall was talked about at the trade deadline. Like, no, you probably need Breece Hall next year if you're going to have a rookie quarterback. You need Garrett Wilson, so they need to have some talent around that guy when they draft him.
Do you feel like Aaron Glenn has done enough to be a part of that?
For next year?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, his salary is insane. So he's getting paid more than any Jets coach ever. Like, he had them over a barrel, and he has a good agent, Jimmy Sexton, and they got a lot of money. He's getting paid like more than $10 million a year. So he's got a 5-year contract. So I don't think Woody Johnson is going to go, you know what, yeah, I'll pay the last 4 years off for you. There's no way. So just start there. And then I don't think, there was talk of, they might go 0-17, they might go 1-16. Obviously, that's not going to happen. I think there's a few more games that they can win on the schedule. So he'll be back next year. And the trade deadline told you that too, right? You're not going to trade away those players if you're thinking about making changes at the end of the year. Woody Johnson is throwing himself behind Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji, the GM.
How close did they come to? I know they pursued Mike Vrabel. How close did they come to getting him? Do you know?
Yeah. Well, so that's a hard question because he was in the building on the last Friday of the regular season. Remember, the Jets moved on from Robert Saleh after 5 games.
Remember it well.
And so part of it was, hey, we can get a jump on everybody. And Vrabel stepped down from the Browns. Remember, like that last week, so he could get a jump. So he was in there Friday. The Jets were practicing for their last game, which was a little weird. He was in the building. They loved him. They absolutely loved him. They wanted him to be the coach, but I don't know if he had an inkling of what was going to happen here. But once this job became open, I think the Jets knew they were fighting a lost cause. They tried. They tried really hard. They felt like he would have been perfect for what they needed. They needed leadership. That was what their goal was, not hire the best offensive mind or the hot coordinator. They wanted a leader. And Vrabel is that guy. And Vrabel has the experience of doing it before, which I think Aaron Glenn has shown leadership capabilities. Aaron Glenn's learning how to be a head coach, though, right? So you guys have Vrabel. Vrabel doesn't have to learn how to be a head coach. He's already done that in Tennessee. So I think they would have loved to have had him. I don't know how close it ever came, though, because I think Vrabel knew what was happening up here.
And now we're benefiting here in New England. But before we let you go, what's your prediction? What's the score prediction for this one?
I picked the Patriots 30-14 in this one. It's hard for me to see a scenario where the Jets win this game because, what do you say? Oh, maybe the Patriots turn it over, right? Mm-hmm. I don't know if you guys have studied this stat yet. The Jets have one turnover.
Once.
They have one takeaway.
So you're saying there's a chance.
And they have 0 interceptions.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure tonight, if they go tonight, they're going to tie the record for the longest streak to start a season without an interception. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. And so, because you think there was a tip ball or something. So you think, if they turn them over, maybe they can win. Jets just don't turn anybody over. So it's hard to see a scenario where they win unless the Patriots completely overlook them. But I think it's going to be a good environment tonight. I think Thursday night helps. I think this was a Sunday at 1 o'clock. Maybe the Patriots come out flat. They're not going to come out flat in this building tonight, I don't think.
You can't at all. Brian Costello from the New York Post, thank you so much for sticking with us here. And for you guys, stick around. The Patriots pregame show, fueled by Duncan, will be right back after the break.
This Patriots pregame show is brought to you by Brunt Workwear. They make work boots and apparel that are built for the job site. Their gear is comfortable, durable, and named after the real workers in the trades that help design it. Save $10 on your first order at bruntworkwear.com/Pats or with coupon code PATS. And by Tostitos. Football fans know traditions matter. They're what inspire us to make masa in Tostitos the traditional way, starting with whole corn kernels. Discover your next tradition this football season. Head to the store, grab your Tostitos team bag, and scan the code for a chance to score an epic experience with the Patriots. Tostitos. Tradition matters.
The future with AI will twist and turn. Cisco is the critical infrastructure for the AI era, clearing your path to wide open possibility. Cisco.
It ain't my dad's razor, Dad.
Hey, watch it.
It's from Gillette Labs. This green bar releases trapped hairs from my face.
Game changer.
While the Flex, this contours to it. So the 5 blades can get virtually every hair in one stroke. For the ultimate Gillette shaving experience.
The best a man can get
is Gillette Labs.
It's the biggest deal in breakfast, Dunkin's $6 meal deal. You get a medium iced or hot coffee, bacon, egg, and cheese, and 6 toasty hash browns. Dunkin's $6 meal deal is back.
Let there be ideas too big to stay ideas, and the software to make them soar. Let there be anything. Autodesk.
The future with AI will twist and turn. Cisco is the critical infrastructure for the AI era, clearing your path to wide open possibility. Cisco.
It ain't my dad's razor, Dad.
Hey, watch it.
It's from Gillette Labs. This green bar releases trapped hairs from my face.
Game changer.
While the Flex, this contours to it. So the 5 blades can get virtually every hair in one stroke. For the ultimate Gillette shaving experience.
The best a man can get
is Gillette Labs.
It's the biggest deal in breakfast, Dunkin's $6 meal deal. You get a medium iced or hot coffee, bacon, egg, and cheese, and 6 toasty hash browns. Dunkin's $6 meal deal is back.
Let there be ideas too big to stay ideas, and the software to make them soar. Let there be anything. Autodesk.
This Patriots pregame show is brought to you by Bridgestone Tires. It's important to have confidence when on the road. With Bridgestone tires on your car, truck, SUV, or minivan, you're riding on tires you can trust. They're engineered to give you peace of mind so you can focus on enjoying the journey. Bridgestone, solutions for your journey. Available now at Sullivan Tire.
Join the show by calling in at 855-ATS-500 or email at podcast@patriots.com. Now, back to the Patriots pregame show fueled by Dunkin'.
Welcome back in the Patriots pregame show, fueled by Dunkin', and we're going to need some coffee to stay up.
I already have mine. I have my Dunkin' already.
There we go.
Fueled up.
You got a donut?
I know it's supposed to be about the Patriots.
Yeah.
But that hit with Brian Costello.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, amazing.
There's some great insight.
That was phenomenal.
With the dysfunction that's going on with the Jets. But if you're a Jets fan, it does sound like maybe there's a little hope for Aaron Glenn.
Yeah,
for sure.
They like the leadership qualities. He's got to learn a little bit more about being a coach.
Yeah, that's really important.
Look out, Matt.
What did I prop fall?
I love that they pinned it on you to show our Dunkin'. Well,
we're going to look at Vince Wilfork, who was a little smaller than we might remember him, and Randy Moss here in the house tonight as well. Split your defense. Man, still one of my favorite moments from that Tom Brady thing last year was the applause that Randy Moss got here at Tom Brady's induction ceremony and the tears in his eyes, and just fun times with Randy Moss. Never felt like that 07 team ever really got their due until that moment. But I was going to say, too, the other thing I was going to say, they were showing Anthony Jennings there earlier. I was joking this week. I'm like, this is Anthony Jennings. This is a game to shine for Anthony Jennings. Jets want to run the ball. Anthony Jennings hasn't played a lot this year, but he's really stout on the edge. And, with Chase on, Harold Landry a little banged up, love to see Anthony Jennings get out there, play a lot of snaps, dominate the edge like he usually does. I think he's a great kind of player on a short week. Should have some fresh legs. I'd like to see a lot of Anthony Jennings.
Paul, is there anyone else you want to see?
I'm just watching Josh McDaniels get all the receivers jacked up with Diggsy. Steph.
Hunt. Huh?
He's getting, Josh is always very excitable before games.
What are we hoping for Diggs tonight? Against
I just want to. Can I just? Is it too much to ask? Just I don't need anything out of the ordinary tonight.
Yeah.
I just need a professional performance.
Yep. There you go.
I think that sums up this matchup.
I know it's like we haven't been in this situation long. 10 weeks ago, you were just hoping we could. I think we could beat the Jets.
Yeah.
Okay. You've progressed so far in those 10 weeks that I just want them to come out, sort of take care of business. I don't need a 38-3 win tonight.
Yeah.
I'll take a methodical sort of, less than aesthetic 23-6. That might be my prediction. Game tonight. Just take care of business. Don't turn the ball over 3 times. Don't allow a long kick return. Don't allow Breece Hall to get 100 yards rushing. Just be yourselves tonight against the team that I think, Mike, your key is perfect. Just you're looking probably for a reason to want to get back on the bus and go home.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So give it to them in the first quarter.
I mean, if they can find how to get back to the bus tonight, Paul, we have to provide
Mike and I ran into a Jets player on the way over, and he asked us where the locker room was.
I like the sounds of that, actually.
We directed him to Paul's office, and so I think they're getting ready.
No, that was the Thursday Night Football.
Wrong frame. But Paul, to your point, I think this is very telling. We talk about this matchup, and we don't want to undervalue that. Again, they are.
And I'm
overreaching.
not.
Yeah,
I'm not
I know you're
undervaluing the
not.
Jets. I'm just
No,
saying,
I know.
You're 8-2, they're 2-7.
Exactly. Just lock in.
Play to that.
Play like you.
Play like you're the 8-2 team, and you're 5 games better than the opponent.
Just it'd be just a great feeling to wake up tomorrow on a Friday morning and know Patriots just blasted out their 9th win of the season. They're getting a weekend off, just a couple days, and then 2 games set before your bye week. It's just to be really nice then to have a weekend off, give these guys a chance to maybe rest up a tiny bit, and we'll see.
That's exactly how I'm trying to start my Friday. So that being said, there's not much more we could talk about when it comes up to this matchup. So I think it's time that we get into over-unders.
Do it.
So Patriots fans, this month, you can celebrate Veterans Day, which was last week, with a new snowblower from Aaron's during their Heroes and Holidays sales event. Now through December 3rd, you can save $100 on select models. This winter, let the King of Snow help to clear your driveway so you have more time to support your team. Aaron's, the official snowblower of the New England Patriots. Visit www.aarons.com to find your Aaron's.
All right, it was another dominant week for everybody.
Yeah, including you.
Except me. Kwani, 6-0 again. Golf clap.
What are you doing? I gotta start
6-0.
I wish I
Michael, 5-1.
5-1. That's
nothing to hang your head about.
No,
Paul, 3-3. You stink. Kwani, 40-20. Mike, 37-23. Paul,
wow. He's making it tough to pick up ground.
27-33. So,
I don't want to get.
You don't work for the organization. You could technically bet.
No, I wouldn't. But no, technically, I do work for the organization. I like winning with zero consequence.
Well, if you did, you'd be rolling in the dough.
You
wouldn't have to run into $1 million on the ride home tonight.
You're right. But then I wouldn't be here with you guys either.
Right. Your DraftKings account would just be
exactly. All right, so let's get into it before the show ends. Drake May passing yards. That's up first, 234.5.
Oh boy.
Yards.
I think it's a way to win tonight. I don't need to mess around running the ball. I'd love to just see them come out. It's Paul's thing. Throw the ball. Get out there. Throw the ball. Attack their cornerbacks. I like Drake over 234.5.
Yeah, I'm with Mike, and for the same reasons. I think they'll be throwing early, and you have a depleted secondary.
Yeah.
Attack it.
I'm with the two of you. You're at home. There's really no excuse not to hit the over on this one. Next up, Trevion Henderson. Sorry, I'm not making fun of whoever wrote it. Rushing yards, 80.5.
I'm going to take the under on that one. I think it's been tough sledding in the running game, with the exception of 2 explosive runs last week.
Yep.
I think and I hate playing this game, but he had 14 for 147. He had 12 for 23 if you take away the 2 touchdown runs. Now, you can't take away the 2 touchdown runs. They happened. I saw them, Mike.
Right.
I was watching those 2 touchdown runs. They happened.
Yeah.
However, I'm just going by the other 12 runs. I'm going to say that the Jets do not allow, 69 and 55-yard touchdowns tonight. So I'm going to take the under on that.
This is not really going to make sense, so I'm going to take the over on it.
Okay.
Mainly, and I know we don't talk that much about the weather, but it's cold. It's a little wet on the ground. Just in case Drake May's not having the best passing game, even though I just said he's going to go over, Trevion Henderson, I think, would be a good supplement to that.
I know. I mean, I kind of agree with Paul in a way, like, he might just bust another like 60-yarder, and then we're all bets are off. But I'm going to say it's more conventional line. He doesn't quite escape and get loose.
Very
I'm going to go under 2.
And 80 is kind of
and drop another game to Kwani probably.
We'll see. Our guy next, Kyle Williams, receiving yards, 25.5.
Ooh, you're up first, Kwani.
And I just gave Travion so much. This math is crazy on yardage. I'm gonna say, with receiving yards, I think 25 is reasonable for Kyle Williams in this game. Everyone's clearly getting points today.
If you took away his one catch last week, he wouldn't have had any yards.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
But I'm with you. I'll go over on Kyle Williams as well.
I'm gonna take the under. I'm gonna need to see it first, and
that's the rational answer.
Hopefully Nate, who let us off with the calls tonight, hopefully he's right and I'm wrong on this one. But I need to see some production before I predict it.
That's very fair. Up next, total Patriots TDs. Patriot TDs, 3.5.
Good number.
That's a good number, and I'm gonna put them on 3. So I'm gonna go under on this, but I do like the 3.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the under as well. I think you could get some field goals tonight.
I'm just gonna take over for the plot, and because I've already put so
falling farther.
No, I'm gonna.
There's the game.
Guys, this might be
the game strategy she uses.
What is that?
Opposite day. Pick the opposite of whatever Paul chooses.
Feel for the league. I don't know.
I don't know. We'll see. Up next, total New York Jets points.
14.5.
14.5.
I'm surprised.
I'm a hard under on that.
Yeah. Okay, now you're just trying to prove it.
Don't scare me.
14.5. Special team? No. I'm taking the under.
Special teams touchdowns.
Yeah, even if they got 2. Yeah, I'm taking the under. You're right. I couldn't even rational.
I'm with you guys on the under 2, but I have to say I was a little surprised at Brian Costello's prediction because he just I could feel the weight of this season kind of weighing on him a little bit.
He brought it
there was a sense of resignation, and then he had him scoring 2 touchdowns tonight. So I don't know, but I'm going under on that one.
Last but not least, total score 43.5.
Oh, let me do
I
mine.
do 2
Doing
touchdowns.
math.
That's
I'm
21.
Well, while these two hurt themselves trying to add up a score, I'm going to take the under.
Okay.
The 2. I'm on the under 2.
Yeah, I think technically I have to do the under as well if my math pans out.
It seems like these games. I mean, divisional game. I mean, I'm learning. Like Paul has like a list of rules. I don't think we've ever written them out, but philosophies, if you will, ways to view games. In a division game, Paul usually not a high score, right? Usually on the under on those ones. Am I wrong on that?
Well, certainly a Thursday night.
Thursday night division game. That screams under, right?
Yeah, but the reason I don't write them out is because they all swim in my head and I change them from
as
week
you
to
go.
week. So.
Kind of like Fred too. They're swimming his head.
Kwani, I'd like to hear what some of these people have to say because I feel like we're all so locked in agreement with how this game's going to go. Like the Patriots are going to be in control. The Jets don't have a way to score. Breece Hall's their whole offense. The Patriots are going to stop him.
Yeah.
I wonder if anybody's thinking differently. I see the phone line.
What do you think? Like people in I don't know, the Scandinavia area.
Vancouver.
How do you feel about us
Northwest
breezing
Canada.
through the Sunday 6-pack and
No,
then
I wanna
taking
go
some
to the calls
calls? Okay,
first.
just want to check. Sean in Vancouver, you're up.
Hey, Sean.
Well, I'm going to fly home tomorrow. I'm still in Florida, but I want to have. No, it'd be fun. I'm happy to go home.
That's
now, I'm interested in finding out what's going to go on in the backfield or on the tight end situation because Hooper's out. Does that mean like Jack Westover will play more traditional tight end and maybe they'll bring him Kairos Tonga to play even more as a fullback? I'm not sure what's going to happen with that.
Yeah, I could see that scenario.
That's possible. Maybe a little Marcus Bryant.
Maybe just a little less,
heavy.
but maybe a little less of the 2 tight end looks.
Yeah.
Than we've seen.
More receivers.
But I could see Tonga getting, what do you have, 8 snaps last week? I could see him maybe getting up to 10.
Yeah, little Tonga, little Westover, and maybe even a little, third tackle if they want to go heavy.
Sure. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, I think this is like the ultimate trap game. You have a team, they trade away the best defensive players, their best offensive players not playing. They look terrible.
But what are they looking? What are they looking ahead at though? Well, I suppose maybe the midi bye,
The draft.
Yeah, the freaking weekend.
Yeah, I mean, to me, a trap game is like, well, they're playing Buffalo next week, so they're overlooking this game. But they're playing Cincinnati next week.
Yeah,
and that's
who, according to Brian Costello, the worst defense he's ever seen.
Yeah. And Brian's been around.
He knows some things.
I don't think the Patriots will fall into it because they were 4 and whatever the last 2 years, and they just haven't been that good. So it's like we got to take every game seriously. They're gonna be ready for the Jets.
I agree with that general point. That this team, they haven't arrived yet. They need to continue to build and to work on some stuff. And I don't know how much you're going to learn on some areas, but you're right.
Thanks, Sean.
Okay.
Safe travels,
Appreciate
Sean.
it. Yeah,
Bye,
safe
Sean.
travels.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Here's your guy, Mike.
Here we go.
Henrik.
Go to
Norway.
Henrik in Norway. Hi.
In Greater Oslo.
Yes, that's right. From Oslo.
There we go.
Oslo proper.
Tonight. Yes, Oslo proper. Oslo West Side. I got to be honest. Tonight, I'm mentally prepared for a huge victory for the New England Patriots.
Yeah.
I expect the Patriots to crush the New York Jets, to crush their spirits. I don't just expect them to win, defeat, and beat the Jets. I expect them to make the Jets wish the season is over and to dread the next time they play the Jets. My prediction is at least four touchdowns for the Patriots and no more than 4 field goals. So my final score of the game is 40-10, 4 touchdown passes by Drake May.
Okay.
One
Sounds good.
touchdown passes to Mr. Diggs. All right?
All right,
Thank
Henrik.
you,
Thanks, Henrik.
He had me in the first half
So-
when he said he's mentally prepared. I was worried where the sentence was going, but I like how it ended.
So we got one more shot for anybody to think differently.
Yeah. Patty.
And I'm pretty sure Patty's not going to be thinking differently.
Patty, how are you feeling?
Thursday night, he's probably still pretty sober.
Yeah.
Patty?
Still.
Sober-ish.
I'm sober-ish right now.
Good job. Good
Love that
job.
for you.
Sober adjacent?
Sober adjacent, guys. So we know that this game, these Thursday night games, generally favor like the better coaching staff, the more prepared coaching staff, and generally the better quarterback and the team that's at home. And we check every box. I got them winning 27-13. I think it might be a little tight in the beginning, like it usually is. It's probably going to play out like most games have played out this year. But I love Francisco's pick. Like that was one thing I was calling for last week, and I even brought it up on Catch 22. I said we got to start getting some takeaways, some picks, because I think we only have 4 or 5 as a team this year. So I'd love to see that happen, and just let's just kick these guys' asses and get it over with and get out of here healthy. That's all.
Here.
Yeah.
100%.
Kind of got that vibe. Be great just.
This is my worst ever pregame show. I can't argue with any of the
That's
listeners.
real.
I can't have any disagreements with any of
It's
the
Thursday night
co-hosts.
football, Paul. Feel the
true.
excitement.
I just boring.
All right, we have Chester in Portland. How are you feeling, Chester?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey.
First off, F the Jets forever. No matter how bad they are, I hate them, and I hope they go down in flames. That said, I think the biggest focus tonight is keeping Drake upright, and I'm concerned just with that, front seven with the Jets and getting after May a little bit. I think we've really got to have caution in the wind there. That being said, I'm looking at 27-12. I don't think that there's going to be much push from the Jets, but I think we got to make sure that we're watching out for that defensive front getting after May. Let's get a win. It's rivalry week. Buy apparel, baby. Over.
Yes, sir.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Chester.
That's a good point by Chester. I think someone should have.
apparel?
Yeah. No, just Will McDonald and Jermaine Johnson. Just two pretty good edge rushers. Will McDonald had a bunch of pressures and sacks last week. So did Johnson on the other side. They moved those guys around. Good test for the the youngster, especially Will Campbell on the left side, handling those guys. Speed rush. Just another little game within the game thing to watch tonight. And look, that's a quick way. Talk about winning in the margins, getting beat off the edge, strip sack, those kind of things. You can't let those happen tonight.
100% agree. Looks like we have someone calling in, but they didn't put the name yet. Should I pick them up?
Nah, we can go. If you want to, we can go.
There we go.
So kick back and listen to my position. I'm itching to get the picks back. You better bring a big stack. Get it mixed, Jack. I came to win it. Yeah, this is the Sunday six-pack.
It's time now. Oh, before we get into the six-pack, let's look at last week's scores first, actually. Ugh.
Do we have to?
Yeah, it was not.
I
It
was
was
trying to
not. It
skip
was
it.
not good last week for
No.
anybody. 2-4 across the board for everybody. So that means the standings remain unchanged. 30-26 for Kwani, 26-30 for Mike.
Feels like a game of Jeopardy.
Oh, if it was Jeopardy, I'd be winning.
That's
23
true.
and
I would not
33 for the loser. You're a loser. You're a loser at the bottom.
impression.
That's me.
All right. Well, now it's time for the Sunday Six Pack. It's brought to you by the Massachusetts 250 campaign. They're commemorating a history of possibility. Plan your revolutionary weekend right now at Massachusetts250.org. Let's get into the games on Sunday where we all will be able to just enjoy and
The
watch
Red
them.
Zone Sunday, Mike.
Can't wait.
Just rot in your couch all day.
That's right.
Up first, Tampa Bay at the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo.
That's a good matchup.
Buffalo by 6, Michael.
Buffalo by 6. Yeah, I'm going to go Buffalo on
Yeah.
this one at home. Baker. I know they're getting Bucky back, Irving, so the Bucks getting a little bit healthy, but I'm going to go with Buffalo at home. I'll lay the points.
Yeah, I'm going to be with Mike. It's put up or shut up time for the Bills. I know they have a slew of injuries. I know McDermott has been talking about they need to examine why they've had so many problems staying healthy, but what you have is what you have. At some point, you have to play, and they're at home, coming off an embarrassing loss. They need to show up,
and that's exactly why I have them as well. After last week, they need to prove that they still can
stay in the
hold
hunt.
their own.
Yeah.
Exactly, especially in the AFC East. All right, up next, LA Chargers at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jacksonville 3 points.
No, Chargers by 3.
Oh, sorry. I definitely just looked at LAC and read that.
So I'm going to take.
Thank you.
Yeah, I am going to take the Chargers. A little worried still about the offensive line. Held up all right last week against Pittsburgh. See if they can make it 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, I have LA as well.
Yeah, just brutal losses for the Jaguars. You know, Brian Costello's talking about veteran quarterbacks. Maybe we talked about Trevor Lawrence this
That's
week.
what I was
as
looking to see
kind
if
of
he would
guy.
bite, like,
Yeah, but
anybody in particular?
Yeah, I'm going with Justin Herbert though.
Up next, we have the Baltimore Ravens at the Cleveland Browns. Lamar Jackson.
You're
back.
up.
I'm taking Baltimore.
7.5, Baltimore.
7.5.
That's a lot of points. But you know what? I think Baltimore is going to start making some real noise. I'm going to take Baltimore. Their defense is playing way better.
Yeah, a little worried that Jackson missed some practice time, but I'm with you guys. I'll take Baltimore.
Yeah. Up next, Kansas City at Denver. Kansas City with 3.5 points.
Yeah, I'm back on the Kansas City bandwagon just like I am with Baltimore. I think both those teams are really going to start to play their best football now. I got Kansas City.
Yeah, this is more of an anti-Bo Nix pick. I don't like the way he's
What did Bo
looked.
Nix do?
Well, he's been terrible the last couple of weeks. So I'm going to take the Chiefs on the road.
Something personal.
Big shock that the Broncos are at home. Fred Kirsch will tell you that happens every week.
I'm going to take Denver at home.
Denver at home.
We'll see.
Wow.
All right.
They disappoint me.
He likes Bo Nix, I guess.
Yeah. Indifferent. Sunday Night Football, Detroit at Philly. Philadelphia with 2.5. Am I first? No.
I think.
No, I'm up. I'm
Apologies.
sorry. I'm going to take Detroit in this one on the road. I think the Lions are just a better team.
I like the Eagles, though. No, well, not in.
You're scaring me,
just
Kwani.
for
I'm
this
going to go
one.
with Detroit. I'm with Paul, too.
Guys, this might be the week where I get it all wrong. You
Maybe.
never know.
You never know.
We'll see. Finally, the game of the evening, New York Jets at New England Patriots. New England with 12.5 points. That's
a big number.
A big margin.
I think you're up first, Kwani.
Still taking the Patriots. I might regret. Well, not with the. I'm taking the.
You going to lay him? I'm going to lay him.
I'm taking the Patriots.
No, I'm going to lay him. I'm
the
going to
12
take.
threw me off. I didn't read the 12.5 earlier.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Patriots. I'm going to say like 24-6. Just a
Yeah.
slow, methodical. It's not like they pull out and blow doors, but they score enough consistently and get enough stops to slowly open up a lead, and by the end they're going to seal it.
Yeah, as usual, Mike is way off. It's going to be 23-6, not
Wait, I
24.
thought you
We've been doing this all week.
28-6.
It's 24-6, 23-6, not 24-6.
3 field goals,
Way
1
off.
field goal.
He's way off. I think the same kind of a game that Mike talked about. Fast start, get the lead, put it on cruise control in the second half. Stay healthy. Don't get sloppy.
Absolutely. Any final words, thoughts, prayers?
No, just I think
emotions?
I think we summed it up. We all see
Yeah.
the game the same way, and my only cause for concern is if they come out and they look a little sloppy and they allow a Jets drive or they turn the ball over quick, or you can just tell that they're a little bit off tonight. We haven't seen that really very often from Mike Vrabel's team. They've usually turned it around even when they've had slow starts. So still have optimism, and even if it starts that way, but as we've been saying, love them just to go out right from the get-go and stay and set the tone of the game.
The only thing that can leave me concerned after this game is if the Patriots somehow can't stop the Jets.
Yeah,
If the Jets have a good offensive game tonight, I'm not going to just chalk it up to one bad
That's what I
night.
was
It's
gonna
going to
ask.
worry me.
Interesting. Okay.
Me too.
That's how bad this offense is.
Mhm. That's true. It is. Yeah, very true.
There you go.
Well, that's all we have for this week's edition of the Patriots Pregame Show, fueled by Duncan. As always, we'll be back here right after the game with all the analysis that you need. For Paul Perillo and Mike Dussault, I'm Kwani Lunis. Thank you so much for watching the show.
Hey, this is Alex. Thanks for tuning into the show. If you really want to help us, make sure you like us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Also, make sure you follow us on the New England Patriots YouTube channel to see this show and everything else we do here at the Patriots. Thanks a lot.